Golfunity, the most popular golf infotainment podcast in town.
Welcome to Golfunity, the most popular golf infotainment podcast in town. We are absolutely thrilled you're joining us for this special deep dive. Today we're cutting through all the noise to really get the pulse of professional golf. We're talking recent tournaments that had us on the edge of our seats, some, unexpected drama, and those dynamics bubbling under the surface that are really shaping the sport's future.
And to give you that real insider track, we've dug deep into some key sources. We're drawing insights from the recent PIF London Championship on the Ladies European Tour, the Nexo Championship from the DP World Tour, and also some really, revealing reporting on that whole Ryder Cup eligibility debate that's brewing. It's a dynamic, maybe even big controversial landscape out there. And yeah, we're here to unpack it all for you.
That's exactly right. Our mission today, distill the crucial bits, give you those surprising facts, maybe a little humor, just enough to keep you totally hooked. You'll walk away really informed, ready to talk about the game like you've been following every shot. So let's get this deep dive started. Right. Let's kick things off with women's golf, which is just having this electrifying moment right now. We're heading over to the PIF London Championship. That was August 8th to 10th, 2025, at the Centurion Club in Hertfordshire, UK. It felt like more than just another tournament, didn't it? Like a statement.
Oh, absolutely a statement. And its importance goes way beyond just the leaderboard. This is the third event in the brand new PIF Global Series on the Ladies European Tour. And what's really fascinating, I think, is the driving force behind it, Golf Saudi's commitment. It's not just about growing women's golf globally, which is great, but specifically empowering women through the sport. It feels like a strategic investment. And look, with a massive total prize pool of $13 million across the series and $2 million just for London, well, that kind of money could fundamentally change the game for women pros globally.
That is a game changer. So what does that kind of unprecedented investment actually mean for the players, especially maybe those trying to break through, looking for a more stable career path? And who exactly was teeing it up there at Centurion?
Yeah, good question. I mean, this level of funding really opens doors, raises the stakes. It can definitely attract more talent and just make professional golf a more viable path for women worldwide. And the field in London, it was certainly world class. You had a strong English group like Major Champ Georgia Hall, Mimi Rhodes, who's leading the LAT Order of Merit right now, and rising star Annabelle Fuller. But it wasn't just the local talent.
Right. I saw a lot of big international names, too. Who else stood out?
The international roster was just as impressive, yeah. Golf Saudi ambassadors like Carlota Segunda, 8 LAT wins. That's huge. Celine Boutier, the 2023 Evian champ, and Patty Tevatanikit, former Chevron winner. Just having them there speaks volumes about the tour's ambition, its reach.
Okay, but one name everyone was buzzing about before the event was Charley Hull, Golf Saudi ambassador, coming off that incredible runner-up at the AIG Women's Open. The hype around her was serious.
Oh, the anticipation was massive, absolutely. But then, golf happens. The surprising news dropped. Charley had to pull out last minute. Ankle injury confirmed by an MRI.
Yeah.
But here's what really stands out, I think. It wasn't just her absence, it was her dedication. Even though she couldn't play, she stayed there on site at Centurion all weekend, meeting fans, signing autographs. It just shows commitment beyond the ropes, doesn't it?
That's a fantastic dedication. It really shows the person behind the player. Okay, so with Hull unfortunately out, who seized the moment? Who got that individual win? Because I heard it was quite the comeback.
Oh, it was phenomenal. Germany's Laura Fuenfstueck. She grabbed her very first LAT title, finished at 10 under, 278 total. And you said comeback. You're not kidding. She was 3 over par after just 4 holes in the final round. That's like a nightmare start, right? Especially chasing your first win. But somehow she pulled off this stunning back 9. Birdies on 17 and 18 to seal it. That's the kind of resilience that wins tournaments.
Wow. Incredible mental toughness. Didn't she have a funny quote about how nervous she was?
She did. It went viral. She joked she was so nervous she only managed half a sausage for breakfast. Just, so relatable. Humanizes that immense pressure. And professionally, huge leap. She jumped from 32nd all the way to 11th in the order of merit. And she made sure to thank her team, especially her wife, Rosie Davies, who's also an LAT pro. Really highlights that crucial support system.
So while Laura's solo win was gripping, the PIF London had that other layer, the team event. And that's where things got even wilder, right? An even more astonishing Cinderella story. Tell us about Team du Toit.
Oh, this is straight out of a movie script. Team du Toit, captained by South Africa's Danielle du Toit. They pulled off this incredible win under the craziest circumstances. Get this. Danielle had actually withdrawn from the previous event in Sweden, hoping to maybe get into London as a reserve. She lands at Heathrow, checks her phone, and boom, she gets the call. She's in, replacing Charlie Hull. And the kicker. She played the course completely blind. No practice round, hadn't even seen it before. Her birdie-birdie finish didn't just win the team title, it actually got her into the individual final round too. It just shows you the unpredictability, the readiness these pros need. And credit to her teammates too, Sarah Kemp, who was coming back from a broken leg, rookie Megan Dennis, and Marta Sansbarrio. A real team effort for that shock win.
What a story. Adaptability, teamwork, just amazing. And I love that these events are also focused on connecting with the fans. Tell me about this Champion the Game competition. Sounds like a cool idea.
Yeah, it was a fantastic initiative. If you had a ticket, you could predict scores on certain holes, win cool golf stuff like a 4-ball at the Grove or Callaway in your golf travel vouchers. It really pulls the fans in, makes them part of it, and it underlines the bigger picture too. 100% of those ticket sales reinvested straight into grassroots golf in England. So it's not just about the pro tournament. It ties right back into Golf Saudi's strategy, strengthening the whole golf ecosystem and, yeah, promoting Saudi Arabia as a destination for golf, tourism, investment. It's a calculated long game.
Okay, so we've seen the incredible momentum in the women's game. Let's switch gears now to the men's side. The Nexo Championship offered its own kind of drama, different vibe though. This was August 7th to 10th as well, but up at the famous Trump International Golf Links in Aberdeenshire, Scotland. Decent prize fund too, $2,750,000.
Right, and that course, Trump International.
Yeah, what?
Well, it's notorious for its coastal conditions, a proper links test. The wind there can just howl, turn a calm day into an absolute brute. Even a 3-shot lead, like we saw, can feel shaky because the elements can just flip the script in minutes. Demands a specific kind of golf.
And it was a Scot who mastered it, wasn't it? Grant Forrest, local hero, getting his second DP World Tour win. His first was the Hero Open back in 2021. His journey to this win on home soil. That's pretty special. How did he manage it?
Forrest played some brilliant links golf, really managed his game well. He started Sunday with that 3-shot cushion, which, can be tough mentally, but he actually extended it, won by 4 in the end. Finished 8 under, shot a final round 72, which was solid in those conditions. And earlier in the writ, wow, he shot a new course record 66 in round 2. Even got a $10,000 bonus from the sponsor, Nexo, for that. So yeah, it wasn't just about grinding out. He showed he could go low too. Masterclass in navigating the course and the pressure.
You could really feel the emotion from him afterwards. He talked about how the win turned his season around after a tough year. Said being home, feeling relaxed helped. He actually said, it's amazing, just speechless. It's just a crazy game that you can go and come out and do this with what feels out of nowhere. What does a season turnaround like that really mean for a tour pro?
That's a really insightful point. For a pro golfer, turning a season around isn't just about the trophy or the check from one week. It's huge for confidence, obviously. But it also secures your tour card for next year, gets you into bigger events, potentially majors. It can literally be the difference between keeping your job and heading back to Q school. And the mental side, like he said, being home, relaxed. Clearly that gave him the edge he needed after struggling. Golf is so much about what's between the years.
And the tournament started with a bang, too, right? Richard Stern from South Africa set a course record on day 1 with a 67. Shows the quality out there.
Absolutely. Yeah. Even though Forrest broke it the next day, Stern's 67 showed that even on a beast of a course, these guys can score when conditions are slightly better. And the guys chasing Forrest, while they couldn't quite catch him, they played well. Joe Dean from England finished a strong second. Then you had Christopher Wrighton from Norway, Jakob Skov Eliasson from Denmark, and John Perry from England all tied for third. Just shows the depth on the DP World Tour, really.
Okay, let's zoom out now. Look at the bigger picture stuff that's making serious waves. The whole golf world seems to be watching this tension between LIV Golf and the DP World Tour, specifically around Ryder Cup eligibility. This feels less like a storm brewing and more like, a high-stakes game of chicken being played out very publicly. What's really going on here?
Yeah, game of chicken isn't far off. It's definitely a power struggle, and it puts players in a really tough spot, forcing a kind of loyalty test. There was a significant report in the Telegraph suggesting LIV Golf plans to stop paying player fines to the DP World Tour after 2025. And the implication of that, it's huge. European levy players like John Rahm, Tyrrell Hatton, they'll likely have to personally cough up those reported $100,000 fines for each unauthorized tournament they play if they want to keep their DP World Tour membership. And keeping that membership is key to being eligible for the Ryder Cup beyond 2025. Now, their current appeals mean they can play in the 2025 match, but looking ahead, their future participation really hangs on whether they're willing or able to pay those fines themselves.
Wow. Okay. That puts the pressure squarely on the players. And some of them are pushing back, right? Rahm's been pretty vocal, saying he's not a big fan of the fines and doesn't intend to pay them. Ian Poulter said something similar. What does that do for team unity, for the Ryder Cup itself?
Well, it definitely challenges the whole idea of a unified front, doesn't it? And it could seriously change the Ryder Cup's competitive landscape. European captains might face some incredibly difficult choices. Look at Sergio Garcia. He specifically rejoined the DP World Tour last November, saying he wanted to fight for a 2025 spot, signaling commitment despite his ID move. Contrast that with guys like Poulter, Lee Westwood, Henrik Stenson out. They resigned their memberships, haven't rejoined. The DP World Tour's public stance is that these rules are there to avoid disharmony with players who stayed loyal, who didn't jump to LIV. It's messy. A real battle for control for allegiance.
And just so we're clear, for everyone listening, we're not picking sides here. Our aim is just to help you understand these complex dynamics, what's at play, and what it might mean down the road for pro golf. It's fascinating, complicated, and definitely not over yet. Right, on a slightly more uplifting, future-focused note, let's talk about another incredible talent who's just rocketing up the ranks. Lottie Woad, English phenom, only 21, but already making serious noise. What's the story there?
Lottie Woad's rise has been, well, meteoric is the right word. She really looks like the future. Think about this recent run she had. Wins the Irish Open, but as an amateur, so incredibly no prize money. Then turns pro and immediately wins the Scottish Open on her debut. Banks $300,000 just like that. She was even talked about as a favorite for the AIG Women's Open, which was just before that PIF London event we discussed. What makes her special? It's that balance, that sort of majestic swing she has, and just unbelievable composure under pressure. Even Nelly Korda has sung her praises, which, that's massive respect in the golf world.
Wow, Nelly Korda praise, that is saying something. How much did her time in the U.S. college system help prepare her for this kind of instant success?
Oh, massively. Her path through the NCAA system at Florida State University clearly built a really strong foundation. Her coach there is on record saying it's just a matter of time before she wins her first major. And predicting a spot on the 2026 Solheim Cup team seems like a pretty safe bet already. Her success story, combined with that increased investment we talked about in women's golf, it paints a really exciting picture for the next generation.
So, wrapping this all up, what does it mean for you, the golf fan tuning in? Well, we've seen those truly inspiring stories from the PIF London Championship, individual grit, amazing team comebacks, showcasing the incredible talent and growth in women's golf. We saw that thrilling home win at the Nexo Championship in Scotland, real resilience against tough conditions. And we've unpacked the complex, shifting landscape of pro golf, especially that ongoing Ryder Cup saga that's really forcing players and tours to make big decisions.
Yeah, and it highlights some broader things to think about, doesn't it? That significant new money flowing into the women's game is actively changing careers, creating opportunities. We keep seeing the incredible resilience of players facing challenges on and off the course, injuries, pressure, playing blind, and these shifts in loyalty, the eligibility fights, they're genuinely shaping the future structure of professional golf. It's a game of skill, for sure, but also strategy, human drama, both inside the ropes and, in the boardrooms.
Which leaves us with maybe a final thought for you to chew on as you watch the golf world unfold. What really defines a champion in golf today? Is it just the final score? Or is it the journey, the battle against the wind and rain? Or maybe even the battle against the rulebook itself? Thank you so much for joining us for this deep dive into the heart of the game. Don't miss a single swing. Make sure you tune into Golfunity Weekly Golf News for all the latest updates. And hey, if you enjoyed this deep dive, loved the insights, make sure you ring that bell. Follow us on all your favorite social media platforms. Stay in the loop with us.
Head over to our social media.
Yeah?
Tell us what you think.
Let's hear it.
And give us your predictions for the future of golf.
Until next time.
Keep it in the fairway.
And hit 'em straight.